I have a couple questions from Charles. I can read them here, or we can save them.
Go ahead, Kelsey. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Duane refers to the hue, hum, and other sounds as taplining noises. This certainly infuriates the users of these sounds and seals their ears to the message of the Nupresentation. Shouldn't we be building bridges for others to cross over to the Nupresentation? That's the first one.
Wow. Okay. So now that you've got the question, Miss, how would you answer that?
Henry and Eric are learning to build so they can build the bridges, I think. So I'll give it to Henry behind me, and Eric's in the next room. We can circle back around. Duane.
People can keep their attitudes if they don't want to see more.
Okay, so I'll answer it like this. Okay, so what if we all vote for the next president and think that life will be better? How about that? We do that first. Will that work? So we have these different sounds, and we already know that it attracts the reptilians. So what kind of bridge would there be building? Who would want to walk on that bridge? There are those that have chosen that, and we're just simply sharing what's taking place. We can, put icing on it. It's like, and say, well, gee, that's a step for you to attract the reptilians that are destroying the planet. And then we're here for you when you're ready to wake up all the way. Is that going to work? Well, again, you have to test things because, etc. And yes, it's just like the political system that controls the world. They don't like us here either. Are we going to build a bridge from the politics to the Nupresentation in some way that we're all likable? So the idea here is that, again, it's really kind of going backwards, making friends with people that are deciding what, things are to be here. Are we going to just go into agreement with that? When Paul was here, it was the spiritual idea. Now that Joni's taken over, it started off, and it did basically because Paul wasn't into religion, but he used some of the ideas. But it really became so when Darwin and Harold came in, the religious idea came in, and now it's all infected. So do we want to build a bridge with infections? Or do we want to specify to people, hey, a warning, just like the coronavirus, they're warning people about it. What are they going to say? Oh, it'll be all right. These are people that are your friends, bring them into your home, feed them dinner. Let's all be friends. Yeah, let's all get the virus. Okay, so what makes sense? Again, it's kind of a comfort zone that the personal self wants to where, oh, let's all be friends and let's be comfortable here on Earth as it is being depleted and going into its demise. And these are people that sometimes don't always want to take on the challenge of what's really taking place here. So it's easier to kind of go to sleep with others, you might say. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I see there is a difference, just like night and day. And that is, there's the old ways to do things, which definitely aren't working. And there's the new you with the real guides. Where do they stand? So it's a choice, isn't it? Go ahead.
Okay, question number 2 is people living in the Western world, the majority in urban centers, will certainly find it hard to vacate the cities and incur the expenses of buying land and demonstrating how they can be self-sufficient and live with the environment and support it. So is the new presentation not for those who cannot not live with and support the natural environment on this level of life, or are willing, or excuse me, I'm sorry, there's a lot of typos in here, of life, or are unwilling to do so?
Okay, another funny question. In other words, let's look at self-sufficiency. In other words, that is in reference to your real awareness. And the all-natural environment is here, but it's a very small part of it, and people make choices. And so, again, we're doing what we can, but we're not here to correct the situations. And the reference to the Western world, this again is funny. This shows a type of discrimination. In other words, we're this and they are that. Okay. Realistically, we're all on the same planet. We're dealing with the same abusive controlling systems that are poisoning us. That's real. If you want to build bridges and be friendly with them, that's fine. Yes, we do get along and have to deal with them, but realistically, being self-sufficient is in your real awareness. It is not here in the physical part. This body that we're in is very temporary and vulnerable and perishable to everything here. That's just very real. It's not trying to make a better place here. The whole idea is about becoming more aware. So again, those that try and align the new presentation with what's already been created here, well, they're not seeing what the new presentation is, because it is not what has been established and created here to subject others to, just staying unaware. It's really sad, and it's not necessary. So again, learning to see what is really being presented here, and not comparisons with, trying to make the situation better. Yes, we do what we can. You do the best you can, of course, in the physical sense. But you're not going to become self-sufficient here. You'll do okay for a while, but you have to deal even with the environment itself when there are huge storms or whatever, even when there isn't weather control. So, again, it's seeing things, how life really is. This is a new day, a new position, and continually bringing the personal self in doesn't work. It's a comparison, but it's not the reality that we are presenting.